president has used El Paso's experience to justify his demand for a border barrier, claiming that the wall there reduced crime. CNN fact-checked this, others have, and I'm going to put a graph up on the screen here that shows that, in fact, violent crime in El Paso came down for years before a border wall decision in 2006, ticked up a bit around the time it was built in 2008. I'm just curious, because I know your position is to have a more broad discussion here, that barriers have their role, but it's not all about barriers. But this is a central part of the president's argument there, that you need the barriers, otherwise we're going to have a sort of wave of criminals coming across the border from Mexico. Is that connection, is that justification misleading in your view?
Well, what he was echoing in the State of the Union, and he was certainly correct at the end of his remarks about El Paso, that we are the safest city, but the prefacing remarks were, he was echoing what had been said by our Attorney General a few weeks ago in McAllen. That was wrong. If people had contacted me about our Attorney General's remarks, I would have corrected it at that time as well.
You're talking about...
You're saying, to be clear, you're saying the president is wrong. He was wrong in the State of the Union when he made this claim about crime rising there without the barrier.
Well, exactly. We were going back to 2005, one of the safest cities in the nation. The barrier went up, and the fence went up, and it's only about 10 miles long, and the total fencing in the El Paso sector is about 78 miles, and it's not continuous. Now, it's part of the process for border security, but it's not the total panacea. But the remarks that the president made in the State of the Union were stated originally almost verbatim by our Attorney General some weeks ago, and that's where the erroneous comments came from, that were not correct.
You're talking about Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, and I'm just wondering if you reached out, or your team reached out to the administration following the State of the Union to correct them on the facts there, and if so, what the response was.
We didn't directly reach out. We reached out to public media when everyone was commenting. I reached out on my own personal media, and I've responded every interview I've been requested since last Tuesday evening to correct the record. But when he comes in, if we can get a chance to visit, I'll reiterate that.